Okay, everything is +9. We're ready to go in and see what we can do. Um, I'm a personal fan fave of +12 in your slot 3. So I went ahead and +12 all the monsters that we're using. Their slot 3. Because that extra defense is really important. The same way when we were pushing into the +15 bracket, I usually +15 that slot first. But that's just my personal thing. Other people do things different, but that's just the way I like to do it. Well, as you can see, everything starts off pretty simple in the preliminary fights. I mean, pretty much crushing everything. Nothing too bad. I mean, they get hurt a little bit, but they still push on. The double heals kind of help. So it really wasn't too difficult getting through these little early stages. Just doing a good job. I mean, they get stunned a little bit. Bella nearly dies, but they was able to push through. But soon as they get to the boss, wipe. So after that failed attempt, I went along to bringing Shannon in, seeing if the defense buff will help out better. Well, granted, the defense buff will help, but the Shannon being a 4 star and using those same runes won't. The multipliers for the stats won't be the same since her stats will be significantly lower. That means she'll be more squishy, and you can see throughout the fight that she's getting hurt most of it. Like in the preliminary, she barely makes it through. Lucky enough, the double heals keep her up. So we didn't do so bad starting off in this fight, but wipe. So in this last fight, I finally just take out Posy and throw in Bernard, which is also a 4 star, and I ripped apart Konamiya. I ripped apart Konamiya, and I put Wusai in as well. Switch Konamiya out for Wusai, but put some different runes on Wusai, and then try to figure out what was the best runes with speed on them, Swift, that I can put on Bernard, which ended up being a Swift broken set for Bernard, which is typical for Bernard. But went through going through all of that, trying out this, and in this first attempt of going through the dungeon, we didn't do too bad. Everything seemed pretty cool. Wusa was putting up the immunity in time. Bella was healing. Bella was healing like Bella supposed to. Katarina was doing damage. Shannon was getting it up, and look, there you go, victory. So I know y'all thinking like, all right, those definitely wasn't the monsters you started with, but I figured it wasn't going to work out the way we wanted to. We need that defense buff because in Giants you need that defense buff, and we need a solid cleanser. Seems like Wusa it was doing a little better than Konamiya. Granted, this is only just a test run, just once trying, but just seeing it in the one time that Konamiya probably could do better at being the cleanser. Had Konamiya be maybe a 6 star, or maybe if we had Bernard paired with Konamiya. But Wusa does a pretty good job too, because Wusa has even better stats than Konamiya, just because Wusa is a Nat 5 and all. So naturally, it being already, since it's being a Nat 5 and is already going to have naturally higher base stats. So that works out pretty well in this case. And then we also put in Shanna and dropped out Q, which I took the runes off of him. Posy still has his runes, so he can fit in somewhere where in the mix of things. So he didn't really change, but Konamiya lost runes because most of everything was switched around and put on Bernard, which has 181 speed, which does this account really good. So it's close to 200 speed, and this is what we're trying to do: push over that 200 speed threshold for his Bernard. And don't even uh, move that. Don't even quite have all the runes. Like this wasn't even leveled up. I forgot to even level it up. So don't even have all the runes quite leveled up, and that's how Bernard kind of works. Bernard you can put with some shit runes unleveled, and Bernard does fine because all you need is Bernard to be extremely fast, and this worked out pretty well. So I believe this would do it for this free rune removal. And special thanks once again to Synjed for allowing me to mess around and play with your runes on your account. He has some really decent runes laying around and a bunch of garbage runes too. Good thing you said I can sell some of that BS, but he had some just random terrible rooms laying around. I mean, just just some stuff. I mean, I sold a few things, but this will be the gamer dude signing out. See you in the next video. Much love to you all for supporting the channel and this Back to Square One series that's going on. Deuces.